The 80% rule applies to the service feed only, and it does not apply to sub-panels. It dictates that the total continuous load on a service feed cannot exceed 80% of the service ampacity. To determine if you can add another 350 amp breaker, you must calculate the total connected load in the existing service feed. Firstly, determine the total load from the existing meters. If there are two 350 amp breakers feeding the current meters, the total load from these meters would be 2 times 350 amps, which equals 700 amps. Secondly, determine the load from the public meter, which is 250 amps. Thirdly, calculate the total connected load by adding the load from the current meters and the public meter. In this case, 700 amps plus 250 amps equals 950 amps. To assess whether the existing service can handle the additional load, compare the total connected load to 80% of the service ampacity. The service ampacity is 800 amps, so 80% of 800 amps is 0.8 times 800 amps, which equals 640 amps. The total connected load of 950 amps exceeds 80% of the service ampacity of 640 amps. Therefore, you would not be able to add another 350 amp breaker without upgrading the service to 1200 amps. The 80% rule allows for future expansion and unforeseen load increases. By limiting the continuous load to 80% of the service ampacity, there is a margin of safety and flexibility. Based on these calculations and the 80% rule, it is recommended to upgrade the service to 1200 amps to accommodate the additional bank of meters. This will provide sufficient capacity for the current and future load requirements.